So welcome everybody. Today we're talking about Voicethread, and it's also an opportunity to meet our new instructional designer, Abby Johnson. And she is going to be working with all the campus faculty. Patty, you'll see below, tends to work with the fully online AUO program and other fully online programs. And Abby is going to be supporting all the rest of the faculty at Antioch. And Abby, if you want to introduce yourself and share your screen when you're ready.
Sure.
Welcome.
So, yeah, new instructional designer. I mostly come from the College of St. Rose, which is a small liberal arts college in Albany, New York, which is where I'm at. And the very mission-driven, student-focused culture at Antioch is really appealing to me. So that is why I am here. I'm still adjunct faculty at St. Rose, so I use Voicethread as faculty. I teach online and face-to-face there, but I mostly use it in my online class, but I think it's particularly useful in this time of Zoom fatigue to, help shift some of that discussion from online to asynchronous. So Voicethread's an asynchronous tool, which means that anybody can log in at any time and work in it. So it's super useful for online classes, but also for hybrid or web enhanced classes, especially during coronavirus remote time. So Bonnie's in the chat if you have questions. Personally, I'm on a laptop, so I have a teeny bit of screen real estate. The chat distracts me, but Bonnie is there to help you out. So if you have questions, feel free to ask her. And I am going to leave time at the end for questions or to like re-demonstrate things again. So there's a lot of uses for Voicethread, and because it's so flexible a tool, it can be difficult to explain it. So I'm going to show you one use case today, which is doing a syllabus walkthrough in a course. And then hopefully this will be a series and I'll give you other ways to use Voicethread as well. Additionally, I just watched a webinar from Voicethread yesterday because they're changing their assignments workflow. So if I trip up, it's because it's brand new to me. So Sakai is also brand new to me. So I'm gonna share my screen and we will get started. So the first place that you would want to start is by going to AU Direct. This is so that you can log into Sakai with credentials that Voicethread will recognize. I'm just manipulating my windows real quick so I can see everybody. Great. Okay. So I'm going to go to Sakai. And then I'm going to go into the course that I want to use Voicethread in. So to start, there's two basic ways that Voicethread can show up. We in AT would prefer if you use Voicethread through a lesson. So this is an embedded Voicethread here. Where the whole Voicethread shows up in Sakai. The other option is to make a link like this. And the link is preferable because of the way commenting works. So when I set up the Voicethread that I'm about to show you, I'm going to use the link. But you could do either. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to go to add content. And then I need to choose external tool because that's what Voicethread is. And then out of this list, I'm going to pick Voicethread. And then I get this menu about configuring it. So tool title is what's going to display. So I can call this, discussion or syllabus review or whatever I want to call it. The tool description also displays if you're using a link. If you're embedding, it does not, but this is plain text. So I want to kind of keep this short, sweet, and to the point, and it won't honor things like line breaks or things like that. So I might just say, watch a rundown of the syllabus or whatever I would want to put there. If you're going to embed the Voicethread, we suggest that you do a frame height of 800. If you're not going to embed the Voicethread, this doesn't necessarily matter. All these directions as well are in a document that I've just created for you. So don't feel like you have to panic to write this down. So I'm going to click save. And this is going to, excuse me, this is going to give me what is called a launch link. So down here at the bottom of my lesson, I now have the syllabus review link that I've just made. I also could have used the, plus buttons if I wanted to, but anyway. So this is only half done at this point, basically. I now need to click on the link I've just made to tell Voicethread what I want to put here. So I click on my link and Voicethread pulls up. If you have never used Voicethread before, you're going to get a screen that asks for your first name, last name, and email address. And then that'll create an account for you. For students, I believe it just makes it, but I think they might have to put their stuff in as well. If you already have a Voicethread account, reach out to AT at Antioch so that we can merge your accounts for you. So you can see that I've got 4 options here. And I will briefly explain these. So course view, by creating a Sakai link in my course, this creates a Voicethread account for me. This creates a Voicethread account for any students who click on it. And this creates a specific course within Voicethread for my Sakai site. So I will have a Voicethread course now called Clean Template, parentheses, Abby. So if I were to click on course view, this would give my students a link to every single Voicethread in the course. There are use cases for this. Personally, I don't use it because I find it to be confusing. It's more clicks for the students, but sometimes you might want students to be able to see all Voicethreads. So you would click course view. VT homepage, this will create an individual link for anyone who clicks on its Voicethread homepage. So if I click on it, Sakai tells Voicethread that I'm me, so I'll see my Voicethread homepage. If Bonnie or Patty clicks on it, Sakai will know that they're them, so they'll see their own Voicethread homepage. Generally, I don't advise that you use this because everyone's is going to be different and because you'll see all Voicethreads for all classes. But I just, again, watched a Voicethread webinar yesterday, and their instructional designer suggested that you use this as a shortcut to create your own Voicethreads, which is really smart. So you could do that if you want to have a place to create Voicethreads. You can also create Voicethreads on the fly. I will demonstrate that. The 2 most common buttons that I personally click are individual Voicethread or assignment builder. So individual Voicethread is going to point to one particular thread. We'll see what this means kind of momentarily. Assignment builder integrates with the Sakai gradebook. So I can say that this Voicethread is for credit, basically. And I'm going to go through assignment builder just because it has the most options. And again, it's a pretty common use case. For me personally, I usually use individual Voicethread or assignment builder. All my Voicethreads are graded, but sometimes I'll do individual Voicethread and then set up the grading in Sakai instead of through Voicethread. Honestly, I really think it's just preference. You can play with both, see which one you like. But for now, I'm going to click assignment builder. So when I click assignment builder, I get a bunch, excuse me, I get a bunch more options. So there are 3 assignment types that Voicethread recognizes. 1, create a Voicethread. So you're asking your students to create a Voicethread. 2, comment on a Voicethread. So you're asking students to comment on a Voicethread. And 3, watch a Voicethread. So you're asking your students to watch the Voicethread.
Abby,
Did you
can
have
I just ask a clarifying question?
Sure.
If you're not going to grade this Voicethread activity, then you should use the individual Voicethread button.
Correct.
If you are going to grade it, you can use either one of those buttons.
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. So by clicking assignment builder, there's a grading interface in Voicethread. Personally, I don't like it, so I use individual VT, but some people don't mind it. And I'm demonstrating assignment builder because there's more options. So I just want to show the most options, and then you'll know how to do individual VT as well. Okay. So I'm going to pick comment here. To be honest, for a syllabus, you could click comment or watch. But I'm going to do comment just because, again, it has more steps than watch. So in terms of, doing it on your own. So now it's going to ask me to choose my content. I got to scroll down here to click continue. So it's going to show me all the voice threads I already have. So I could have pre-created a voice thread, or I could make one on the fly. I'm going to make one on the fly so that you can see what that would look like. So I'm going to click this link over here that says create a new voice thread. So there's all different ways that you can pick what your voice thread's going to be. And again, it's hard to conceptualize. It's going to get easier once I start to build it. But basically, voice thread is a conversation around a piece of media. In this case, my syllabus. But it could be a video, it could be an image, it could be a document. Again, a lot of use cases. So I'm going to choose add from computer. And then you probably can't see that box because it's my computer and I only shared the thing, but I'm going to pull up my syllabus, and VoiceThread's going to kind of process my syllabus. So for things that are multi-page documents or videos, sometimes this little spinner kind of goes for a longer period of time. But if people have questions while this thinks, I can take some now.
Is this what you would use if you were uploading a PowerPoint to be the media?
Yep. Anything off your computer you would have done.
But for Google Slides, you would have used add URL.
I think I've actually never put a Google slide in here, to be honest. So I bet you would do URL. I know that a YouTube video will play if you go through the URL. So I bet that's how you would do a Google slide, or you could export it and upload it, but.
Okay.
Okay. So VoiceThread has parsed my short syllabus into 3 slides here. I can change this name to syllabus VT2 or whatever I wanted to call it. I can edit the slides. This little button, these little crosshairs would reorder the slides if I wanted to, but it spit out the pages of my syllabus in the order that they appear. That's how it would do it for a PowerPoint or whatever. And then will it just let me click open and comment? This is a new interface to me, so this is interesting. Oh, way down here, continue. Okay. So here it takes me into VoiceThread, basically what a VoiceThread looks like. So now it's going to ask me if I want to leave comments. So I'm going to, if I click on the comment wheel, there's all these different ways to leave a comment in VoiceThread. I can come back. Okay, well, I can type a comment. I can have it call my phone and record an audio comment through the telephone, could be a landline. I can record a webcam or an audio comment directly from the computer, or I could upload a comment. So if I had recorded a comment through the Notes app on my phone or something and I wanted to upload it, I could do that. There we go. So those are my 5 little options. For the sake of demo, I'm going to do a webcam one. So I'll record a video comment. Oh, okay. No, I'm not. So we get this error that says it looks like you're on a website that doesn't allow access to your microphone. This is because of Sakai. So this is, to circle back to earlier, why I don't advise that you embed the VoiceThread, because sometimes students will run into this and just not do it because they don't think they can. So I can click this open in a new tab thing. When I'm done setting up the VoiceThread, I will better demo what the settings should be. And again, there is documentation that goes in a nice, clean, linear order and not my stream of consciousness. So let's record a webcam comment. So it's going to give me this countdown. And then I could say, you know, here's the first page of my syllabus. Please note that my email is here. And, you know, this is when we meet. Here's the learning objectives, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I could page to the next page of my syllabus and underline something else here if I wanted to. And then when I'm done, I can click stop recording. It's going to think for a second and upload my comment. And then I can say, you know, I'll get to watch it over again. And if I like it, I can click save. I could also click record more and kind of keep going if I wanted to. And then it's going to think for a second and my comment would show up here. So I teach the humanities, I teach women's studies. So I really like Voicethread because we can see and hear each other when we're talking. In this case, I could, you know, page through each page of my syllabus and leave those comments and then ask students to comment with questions or whatever, you know, I would want them to do about my syllabus. So then my next steps here would be to share the Voicethread. So again, down here, I've got a continue button. Because I did comment assignment earlier, it's going to ask me how many comments are required. This can be minimum or exact. So this is saying in order to complete the assignment, students have to leave one comment minimum or exactly one comment. I could disallow some of these comment types. In terms of accessibility and UDL, I would advise that you leave all of them. But I've seen people do things like say you can't get full credit unless you use a webcam comment or whatever. But I tend to leave them all here just to give students options, especially at the beginning of the semester. If they're shy, they're not ready to kind of leave webcam comments yet. Threaded commenting, I'll demonstrate what that looks like. I think it's useful. Comment moderation asks you to approve comments before they get posted. Bonnie, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering, the threaded commenting, is it multi-level? If you enable threaded commenting, they can respond to your comments and then you can respond to theirs, and other students can respond to the students' comments as well?
Yes, and what I believe it does, and I've been fiddling with this in Sakai because it looks unfamiliar to me in the way I've been fooling with it in Sakai. Normally a reply is a circle and an original comment is a square.
Okay.
It's not as smart as you would want it to be. So like once you get down below one level of reply, they're all just circles.
Okay.
But they're all kind of like visually tied together.
Excellent. Thanks.
You could disallow people from deleting their own comments. I love this one. This is a new feature. So I, for example, have a soft 3-minute limit so that, you know, the Voicethread doesn't get to be 3 hours long. And I have one verbose student who consistently leaves 15-minute voice threads, which I think is rude. So I could, if I wanted to, mark this off at 5 minutes and then my student can't do that anymore. This is a brand new feature that I clapped about. And then there's some automatically advance to next slide after options. So if you taught like a presenting class and you wanted to use these two options, this is a new option in Voicethread as well. For a syllabus, it doesn't really matter, but again, I just kind of want to show you all there is. There's playback options. I kind of leave these up to the user personally, but you could, you know, set these options if you wanted to. And then the permissions, this is the whole Voicethread. So this is whatever media you put on there and student comments. So I personally leave these off. So when I'm done, and again, I'm getting these options because I chose Assignment Builder. You can change the length of each comment if you just do individual Voicethread, I believe, but I wanted to show you the most options because it'll be easier if you just use other ones. So next, I can give a name and instructions for the assignment. This is part of Voicethread's new assignment, and I think it's really neat. So I can say, please review the syllabus and leave at least one comment. And then you can show a particular message once students submit if you want to. I can set a start date and a due date. To be totally honest, not super familiar with how this talks to Sakai. I'm familiar with how this talks to Canvas and Blackboard, and there's some funkiness to it. They may have smoothed it out with new assignments. In the past, I think this is an attempt to mitigate that. So Voicethread is a pretty small team. They're always working on the product. by all means, play with the start date and due date. I always let students resubmit. Sometimes if Wi-Fi is bad, they have to resubmit a couple times. So I like to leave these types of options open just in terms of accessibility. And then you can choose whether the assessment is percentage or pass fail, which is also new. So
Another question for you.
sure.
Can students add a comment to a place that you haven't commented on?
Yes.
They can select an area of your syllabus that was not on one of your comments. So they can't only just reply. In addition to being able to reply, they can also create new comments around anything that's in there.
Right.
Thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Abby, this is Patty, and I'm thinking about this in terms of the syllabus walkthrough. I mean, generally, do you require that every student make a comment on your syllabus so that you know they've actually looked at it?
I don't. You
Okay.
certainly could. Mostly I'm using this as a comment so that I can show what kind of settings there are. But personally, no, I wouldn't require that.
So you wouldn't require students, because to definitely go in and look at your syllabus so you know.
I might do it as a watch assignment.
Uh-huh.
But the watch assignment has less settings. So for the purposes of this demo, I kind of wanted to show the most settings possible.
Okay. All right, thanks.
It seems like showing a voice thread in a low stakes way, like a syllabus where it's not graded or something like that, early in the term, if you're going to use it later, would be a good idea to get students acclimated to it. Maybe the first one they watch and they can leave comments, but they don't have to. And then as you do one for a real lesson, you could require the comments and do that.
Yeah, and to be honest, what I personally do is I do the syllabus walkthrough as optional. And then I give them a more discussion formatted voice thread where they're introducing each other, like an icebreaker and an introduction, and that I have required for that exact reason, because I use VoiceThread all semester long for all our discussions. They have to know how to use it. They can't tell me it didn't work or they don't know how. So yeah, I absolutely set up a low stakes voice thread at the start of the class and then have graded voice threads for the rest of it. Okay, so when I'm done with my settings, I'm going to click publish. And maybe it won't work.
Probably just because you're on Zoom and using your internet and publishing via the internet.
Probably, yeah. I will say, in terms of copying voice threads, they've recently worked on that as well, which also might be a reason it's taking a while, because it's making like a template version of the voice thread and then a class specific version of the voice thread. So from what I understand, it's kind of making like two versions as well. I'm going to try to hit the refresh button and see what happens. Okay. Oh, it's in a new tab. All right, so this is a Sakai message saying external tool has finished. So I can close out of my tab, go back to my syllabus VT here that is embedded. So I wonder if I have to redo all those options. I can take questions while I muddle through this. Oh, okay, no, it's done. All right, so this is the assignment overview page. This is what my students and I should see when I come log into here. And this on the right-hand side is the grading view. So I can see that my one student has unattempted this assignment. There's not attempted, in progress, and submitted. You can grade in progress attempts. So if, for example, I had said you have to leave 3 comments and somebody only left 1, that would say in progress. And if it's past the due date, I could give them, half credit or whatever. At that point, I can also send a little reminder. So that is what this looks like. And then what I would suggest that you do, if we go back to week 1 and we look at my voice threads, my advice to you is after you make the link and set everything up, that you click on the little pencil and that you ask this to open in a new window, because that's gonna save that error that I got where I couldn't comment. So if I click on this, it's automatically gonna open up in a new window and come to my assignment. And then if I click on assignment content, that's how I actually get to the VoiceThread. So here's my comment. I could play it back. If I click reply, it's a circle. And I can say reply, and there's my reply.
Abby, Kevin had a question
Sure.
about, could you put a VoiceThread link in the syllabus tool? And I think this might come down to the difference between being able to embed it in Sakai and just a link to the VoiceThread in the syllabus tool, because you can't embed anything in the syllabus tool.
Right. And each VoiceThread, if I click on this hamburger menu over here, and I click VoiceThread details, nope, that's not what I wanted. They've changed this around. It might be a limitation of Sakai. There is a way to, yep. Oh, interesting. Each VoiceThread does have a unique link, but this one, because I made it as an assignment, I might not be able to link that one. So you, in terms of the functionality, it might be slightly different.
I was going to say one thing. So one of the other reasons why we're recommending in general that you use the external tool link to go to a very specific one is that once there's comments on any of these voice threads, then that's student content that cannot be shared with other classes for FERPA reasons. So we're really trying to discourage you from putting links to a specific voice thread that allows commenting from students, just so you don't accidentally keep that in your syllabus for next time. And so that way you'll actually need to make a new one that's specific to that class each time if you're using the embedded tools within Sakai instead. So it'll keep you from having to remember.
Right. So 2 questions. If you don't use the assignment mode, do you get a link that you use, or is it still automatically embedded? I'll make another one that's just an individual VT, just for example's sake, because I think that will also answer Johnny's question. So if I go, let's do it in, I don't know, week 7, where I don't have another one sitting there, right? Yeah. So I can use the plus sign just for spice to do it a slightly different way. Do external tool, VoiceThread, ETU2. I'm gonna still leave this at 800. And then I'm gonna edit this and make it open in a new window just for simplicity's sake. So now when I click on my new VoiceThread, it's still gonna give me those 4 options because I went through Sakai. But this time I'm gonna say individual VoiceThread, because let's say I don't like the greater view. So here's the VoiceThreads that exist that I've already made. I also have a button to create a new one, which looks exactly the same. I'm going to use this picture of my dog just for the sake of example. And if you use a VoiceThread you've already created, so let's pretend this was my syllabus from last semester and I want to use it again. I can click this link that says make a new copy to share, and I can choose to not include any comments. And that's solving the FERPA issue. I believe, because I just watched this VoiceThread webinar yesterday, that they're changing the way this works because of FERPA stuff. So they're making it so that you don't have to remember to do this. But to be honest, it wasn't clear to me. It got like a little overly techie in the explanation. So personally, what I do is I just change the name from copy of whatever. I just put the semester in there so that I know which ones are which. And then I choose not to include any comments. There is an option to include only your comments, but depending on how involved you are in the voice thread, if I did this option, I would end up with like, thanks, Susie, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to have to go through and delete those. So I just don't include any. And then if I click copy and then share, I now have a clean one with no comments in it.
So I also suggested to Kevin that if he wanted to embed the Voicethread syllabus intro in the syllabus page, we could turn off the syllabus tool in Sakai and just create a lesson page called syllabus and move it to the top. And then you could include the web content link to the Voicethread on that page. And students won't even know the difference of whether it's the syllabus tool or a lesson page called syllabus.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
And Paul added, do you have a recommended intro to Voicethread video for students that will be helpful? My hunch is that you already have this posted.
So I made it's not a video, but it's a guide with screenshots. Honestly, I recommend Voicethread's tutorials, which are linked in that guide as well, because they're a little easier to update given that Voicethread does it. But if you go to voicethread.com, you have to be signed in, so it takes me to my Voicethread home, but there's a help button down here, and I could, look at basics, creating, sharing, commenting, and kind of find specific, directions. This is knowing that I'm a faculty, but I could also search like students and get a bunch of garbage, but you could here, student sign in. There you go. Personally, in the past, I've written something as the faculty, just because this has a lot of stuff that's too high level for students to need to know.
So we could do that. We could put together an intro page for students that you all could link to directly from your first Voicethread or each Voicethread. And we can put it on the students' remote learning guide, and we can put it on the remote teaching guide so that it's available to you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to stop sharing because nothing that I'm reading in the chat has to do with what's on my screen. To give another answer than Katie did to Krista's question, which is how do you take a PowerPoint you uploaded and embed podcast audio? If you have the permission to use the podcast audio, you could upload it. So through the uploader, if it's on your computer, you would do it the same way I did the syllabus. If you want the PowerPoint audio to be over, if you want the podcast audio to be over the PowerPoint, you would upload the PowerPoint first, and then let me share again, actually. I want to just look at this one with my dog. When you click the plus button, this one is for uploading audio. So when you create the Voicethread, you would create the slides. And then if you want the podcast audio over a slide, you would do upload a comment and then upload that podcast audio. TED Talks, when you set up the Voicethread, you can put in an external link to YouTube and it will play. And when it's a video, you can put a comment at any point in the video.
Abby, do you have any Voicethreads that have comments on them, not by students of your own, to show what the comments look like, and how this is allowing comments at specific points or regarding specific items?
Okay, so
yeah, that's
we are demonstrating how to do a circle and an arrow
still,
and point at this cat in particular.
But this one with the video playing, I think these little nubbins are, what's this one? Yeah.
Okay, so
the whole video is 55 seconds long. At the end of the video, I started making this comment.
Okay, so we can see the eyes closing here and general
And then I can circle
happy
stuff
cat face going on.
as the video plays and the comments
As you
going
can
as the
see,
video is
I
playing.
can play video.
Does that clarify a little? No?
So I was going to say, so the way that I think about VoiceThread as being really different than just having a recording of you doing it is that the student comments are not out of context.
Right.
You can see exactly when they initiate the content, if it's something that's, a podcast or a video, or if it's a comment on the syllabus, they can notate, and that's part of essentially the recording of their content. So they can, but it won't show all at once. It just shows when you're paying attention to what they're saying. So you can have all the students commenting separately and see each part that they had questions about by isolating those.
Right.
And yes, we have transcription turned on for all of these. So all of these will be auto-transcribed.
Yes. The thing with the transcription, though, I looked into this. If you click the CC button, it's going to ask you to edit them. You have to use VoiceThread Universal to see the captioning. So
What
it's
is
a different interface for VoiceThread. I honestly don't remember how to get to it. I have to Google for it every time.
Students
We
will be
will need to
able
come up with very specific instructions for making sure that that's working well for everybody.
So yeah, it's voicethread.com/universal. And I did put this in both guides, the student guide and the faculty guide, but it's at the bottom under like more help or whatever. It knows what account I'm signed into. And then if I go to my VoiceThreads, I can pick one, and this is like a screen reader specific version of VoiceThread with each slide. And I believe this is how you would view the captions. But
So they won't autoplay.
I can't make them do it.
For somebody?
I can't make them do it, but it
Okay.
might be because I'm the faculty. It might be that students
It could be.
CC.
If you need it closed captioned, then you should be able to closed caption your own.
And yeah, this is
Okay, I'll have to look into this further and make sure that we are totally clear on all the accessibility features.
I've been trying to mess with it and see, but I can't get them to play as the faculty. Notifications, yes, you get a notification for each comment. If it's an assignment, I imagine, to be honest, I don't play with my own notification settings. I just check into the VoiceThreads periodically. But if you're looking at your VT home, each VoiceThread that has a notification, there'll be like an individual bubble. I don't have any with comments that I didn't make, so I can't demo this very well. But they have like a little number of comments.
And if they're linked via the content link in Sakai, you have that list of students, how many are in process, how many are unattempted, and how many are completed.
And you only see that if you do assignment builder.
So Kevin, did you mean email notifications or just the little pop-up red dot on your VoiceThread so that you know someone has commented?
Yeah, I think either way. I just was kind of curious what kind of notifications, particularly if you've put up something like a syllabus and it isn't as an assignment and people are posting comments, how do you find out that a comment has been posted? And it sounds like a couple of different ways, but it doesn't sound like you kind of would get a notification through Sakai. You'd have to go in and see that there would be a note there.
I think that if you've put it in as assignment builder and the student fully completes the assignment, you would be most likely to get a Sakai notification.
Sure, yeah. Right.
And that would be like a watch assignment if they didn't have to do anything. An assignment can just be to watch it.
Yeah.
Right. And you'd still get a notification once they did that.
Right.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge. I teach in Canvas, and I never use assignment builder. So I just go in and check them. But I believe that's how it would work, yes.
We can put that on the to-do list to add to the faculty intro that Abby's doing too.
Yeah, and I'm going to try and rewatch the new assignments webinar as well, because not only is it a new LMS for me, but VoiceThread just completely revamped how assignments work, which I never used assignments anyway. So a little out of my personal use case.
I just poked around too in my own settings within my VoiceThread account, and there are 14, if I'm scanning this correctly, 14 different settings options. And yeah, there's lots of ways you can find out, both instantly or daily digest options.
Yeah, there's
For
also
both assignments and just voice threads you created or have commented on yourself and things like that. There's all kinds of different levels to get stuff. So,
for sure.
but it does come from Voicethread, not through Sakai.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Krista's question. No. Okay, so let me share my screen again. So Krista is asking, I don't know how to use Voicethread Universal, so I'm gonna get out of here. Let me pull up the question again. Krista is asking if I have a VT based on a PowerPoint, she wants to add another slide with questions. So you can add another slide. So if I click these two squares down here, that's going to show me all the slides in my voice thread. In this case, it's only one because it's just this video. But I have this plus button. And again, this upload button is just upload something off the computer. So I'm going to grab my syllabus again just for demo's sake, and then it's going to upload those additional things. Does that answer your question?
Sort of. I guess it means that you have to have something you're uploading. It can't just be a blank page that you're going to write on in Voicethread.
Correct.
Okay.
And what I personally do, because I'm using this as a discussion tool, I just pick an image, literally any image that has something to do with the unit. Because I like Voicethread for its voice abilities rather than all the other bells and whistles that it can do. So theoretically, you could just make a blank Word document or something if you wanted to use the annotation tools to write on it. But it's not like Zoom's whiteboard where that annotation would stay. They'd have to watch your comment to see that annotation. So, other questions? And my hope is to continue to offer other use cases of Voicethread. It's just such a robust tool that it's always hard to demo, and different disciplines end up having different, really brilliant ways to use it.
Hey, Abby, it's Patty. Are the links active? And if you have, like you put a PowerPoint up for your students, I feel like I experimented with this a little bit at one point because I thought, oh, this link isn't active, and I had to do something like put it in a different place. Or can you respond to that, or have you had that experience where links are not working in either documents?
Yeah, they're just images, so links won't work.
Okay.
What my students will do, because I ask my students to like bring in other things, they'll make a text comment with a link.
Oh, okay. You can
and
do
then
that.
Copy and paste that.
Okay.
But
All
the
right.
links themselves aren't active. And actually, you reminded me about another accessibility thing. The annotations are not accessible. A screen reader can't pick up if you're drawing on a voice thread. So in terms of like multiple means of information, I would be speaking about what you're circling while you're circling it, because those circles don't come through on Voicethread Universal, which is the accessible version of Voicethread.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we can stop the recording if other folks don't have questions, but I can certainly continue to answer questions to the best of my ability.
Great. And if you guys have questions after, just email us at at@antioch.edu. We've got 5.5 employees now in AT, so we will sort your questions and get them to the right person so that you don't have to worry about, oh, should I email Abby? Do I have to email Katie? Do I have to email Bonnie? We'll sort those for you and get back to you very quickly.
And
So-
someone asked about Signin. Oh, it's in there. Never mind. Carry on. Other questions?
You had mentioned that you've created a couple of guides, and I'm wondering where those live.
They went out in an email. I don't know where they got posted.
Hmm.
We will add a Voicethread section to the remote teaching guide and the AUAT Teaching with Technology.
Okay.
We may call it, well, it may just say Voicethread in the left sidebar.
Okay.
But that would be a good place for it.
The email that went out was on Monday, and I think it was called Voicethread for All,
Yeah.
or All of Antioch, or something like that. If you want to search for that and see if you can find it in your email, they were down toward the bottom of that message.